Hi friend, we have a new website live, transfieldguide.com. There you can find episodes with show notes, our resource page, and links to both our Amazon wishlist and our PayPal donation. If you'd like to support the show, please consider a one-time or recurring donation. Every penny helps. The information and opinions presented in this podcast are based on research done at a particular point in time. The fields of medicine, surgery, psychology, etc. are constantly evolving as new studies and movements happen. Please take into account the year of any particular episode's publication, and as new information presents itself, we will do our best to release updated episodes on the topics. Listener discretion is advised for references to medical terminology of body parts. Unless otherwise stated, no one speaking on this podcast is a medical or legal professional and cannot provide medical or legal advice. Welcome to the Trans Field Guide. Today's episode is a continuation from last week's episode, in which we begin the discussion about non-binary genders with Harper. So bathrooms.
No bathrooms. This is my favorite topic.
Oh, it's everyone's favorite topic.
Some non-binary people feel comfortable using a binary bathroom if they're like more femme-leaning or masculine-leaning. I just kind of use whatever one feels safest if I can't locate a gender-neutral bathroom. Usually the gender-neutral bathroom is like the handicap/family bathroom. The weirdest thing that I've experienced is single-stall bathrooms that have female or male descriptors. Because why do you need that? Just put a picture of a toilet. And here's why bathrooms are a big deal. First of all, safety. I mean, that's what everybody is making a big commotion about. But for the trans person, that's what I said before, is I try to use the one that feels safest. If I am more masculine presenting, I might use the men's room. Or if I see one that's less crowded, I might use that one. Sometimes I wait till people leave the bathroom and then go in the stall and do my business and then wait till people leave the bathroom again. It just whatever feels most comfortable that particular day. But here's another reason, and this is one I don't think people think of the most often. It also could be a safety concern, but mostly it's just like a dysphoria thing for me. When you come out of a bathroom that's labeled into a gender that you don't identify with, people can put you in a box automatically. They're like, oh, that's what you are. And that is really uncomfortable because I don't identify with either, so.
And then if you come out of a bathroom and somebody doesn't read you as the gender of the bathroom that you came out of, then you get things like stank face and all that.
There's the safety concern, yeah. One of the weirdest experience I had was kind of gender affirming for me, but also kind of uncomfortable at the same time. I was going camping. We were at a weird coffee bookstore combo. I asked the barista, hey, where's the bathroom? And he was like, oh, we're going to go to door labeled number 2 across the hall. And I was like, okay, because it's like one of those outdoor shopping arcades. I go to door number 2 because I just assumed that he read me as female. And a lady stops me and is like, wait a second, my husband and my son went in there. Do you? And I turn around and I look at her and she was like, do you know who that bathroom is for? I just kind of gave her a non-committal look and then just used the men's room. But that was kind of a cool experience, I guess, for me because I kind of passed. Like, that's the closest, I guess, that a non-binary person can get to passing out in the wild is the, sir, ma'am, Or as far as passing goes, being gendered anything other than female. So, like, gendered as sir is affirming for me, even though I don't identify as a man, because at least I pass enough in the other direction that people don't assume I'm female, which is more like dysphoric for me. And then also there's more of the response that is like kind of passing for me, but also uncomfortable. I have met other non-binary people though that have pursued HRT and started passing in the other direction that they were assigned at birth, and that caused them dysphoria as well.
Well, I mean, because realistically, if you identify as non-binary and you achieve that oddly perceived to be end goal of trans people of passing as in the other direction, you're still like, no, this is not what I wanted.
This is not, I'm not a binary gender. This is not, no.
If people were to start using, like, the non-binary descriptor more so in the wild.
Yeah.
Where it's just kind of like, oh, I can't tell what that person is. I'm gonna create, like, a completely hypothetical scenario. Okay. Say, like, you're, like, at a bar or something, and you see a cute person down the bar, and you're like, I want to pay for that person's drink. And bartender goes and gives them a drink, and the person asks, oh, who bought me this drink? And the bartender goes to point at you, because normally the bartender would be like, that guy over there, that woman over there, be like, that non-binary over there, or that they, them over there. Like, what would be person? That person, that individual? Or
depending, I guess, how femme or masc they were leaning, could be like, that handsome devil over there, or that generous person over there, that person who has the hots for you over there. So, I mean, it's just like your admirer over there. Language is important. And so including non-binary people in language, sometimes you have to think about it more, about finding an androgynous word that isn't gendered, because we don't really realize how gendered our language is until you start trying to think about it in that way. It sometimes be difficult, but it really just takes a little bit of maneuvering, and honestly the little bit of effort that you put into doing that can totally make somebody's day. It's my favorite when somebody doesn't gender me. You know, thank you, have a nice day. You don't have to say sir or ma'am, or have a nice day, friend. I use friend a lot.
Especially in the South, where many people just have the immediate yes sir, yes ma'am. It's breaking the habit, because it is very much like a knee-jerk habit.
Well, and I work in an office that's predominantly women. And so I get a lot of thank you, ma'am, and then, oh, wait, thank you, Harper. And I'm just like, you could just say friend, or, thanks. Did we cover HRT already? HRT for non-binary individuals. That's kind of a doozy. I personally am not pursuing that, just because for me, the only thing that I really want out of HRT is, like, the voice drop. But that's something that can be remedied with voice coaching. There are usually all kinds of workarounds to becoming more feminine or masculine or what have you in your presentation than HRT, because a lot of times people make it into the like end all be all. A lot of even non-binary people, but sometimes binary trans people have talked to me about HRT and have encouraged it. Mostly they're just trying to be nice. They're trying to be like, you should try it. If you want to try it, you should try it now. And for me, I'm 99.9% sure that testosterone is not for me, just because I don't want facial hair. But testosterone can be for non-binary people. It really just depends on what kind of presentation they want, how they like to be perceived, what feels the most comfortable to them. With testosterone, you can kind of get to a point and then stop. I know even some trans femme people who are non-binary on estrogen. And there are other routes as well. There are a lot of workarounds that aren't chemical, that aren't medical. Like there's makeup, there's surgery, if you're getting a little bit more extreme in there, that is medical but not chemical. There's binders, there's fake breasts if that's what's gonna float your boat. There's even fake butts. Whatever is gonna make you feel the most comfortable in your body. It doesn't matter how you identify, and the only person that really should be making that decision is you.
This conversation will be completed in part 3 of this episode, coming out next week. See you there. Like this episode? Tell someone about it. Resources referenced in this episode can be found in the show notes at transfieldguide.com. Stay safe, and remember that I'm proud of you.